Hello there. The master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. A reputation where the filmmaker could make losing your golf clubs or searching for your cigarette lighter the most enticing and mysterious thing you've ever seen. In films such as Rebecca, 39 Steps, The Birds, Rear Window, Vertigo and Psycho, he created scenes of such intense brilliance that they still resonate today and have inspired a slew of filmmakers, including Steven Spielberg, Wes Craven, Martin Scorsese and many more. For my money though, North by Northwest is Hitchcock's masterpiece, a clever and witty film starring Cary Grant, James Mason and Eva Mary Saint, not to forget the brilliant Martin Landau. I watched this again last night and just was captivated straight from the off. Bernard Herrmann's music had a lot to do with that rambunctious motif right at the beginning which recurs at significant points. It's interesting though that most of the crop duster scene doesn't contain any music until the very end. And what a great script. Ernest Lehman, well-deserved Oscar nomination, a little bit more on that later, the Oscars. So this is really my pick. If I was forced to just choose one Alfred Hitchcock movie, one, no others, you've got a movie projector or a DVD player on a desert island, you can only have one Alfred Hitchcock movie. For me it's North by Northwest. I also like Dial M for Murder, really excellent script, one of the best for an Alfred Hitchcock movie. So there's so many great moments. That screenshot you see behind me of Grant escaping the United Nations building is iconic. The opening Saul Bass titles with Herrmann's music, fantastic. The crop duster scene, something that starts off so innocuous as to be almost mundane. But that's what made Hitchcock such a unique filmmaker. He could tap into the mundane, the ordinary, and make it something out of this world. Mount Rushmore. If you want to be a cinematographer, study the Mount Rushmore section of the film. Fantastic. So many great moments in this, so many witty one-liners. The auction scene, not often talked about as a Hitchcock, example of his craft and the script, the 3,000, no, $13. And then of course you think about how Tony Curtis mimicked Cary Grant in his performance in Some Like It Hot the same year as North by Northwest. Brilliant. And I love the romance between Eva Mary Saint and Cary Grant in this. I mean, there's a moment in the train carriage when they're having food where she reaches and blows out the match that is more erotic than all of the ground and pound that they show nowadays. It's just the possibility, the suggestion of something more that is, well, as I say, I mean, eroticism is born out of what you can imagine as opposed to what you actually see. Carol Litterton said that. She was the editor of E.T. and she knew quite a bit about how to create great movie moments, as evidenced by that film and Silverado. Body Heat, another one. So, North by Northwest, a film which, even though it was inducted into the National Film Registry in 1995, I believe, and it received 3 Academy Award nominations, is less than what it deserves. The year that this came out, 1959, it was pretty much all about Ben-Hur. That was the big Oscar winner, 11 statuettes, Best Picture Director, on and on and on. But I would have loved to see even just a nomination for Best Picture and Best Director on North by Northwest. Bernard Herrmann for his score, the cinematography, the sound. The only nominations it got was for Ernest Lehman's screenplay, George Tomasini's editing, and for the art direction, which just doesn't come close to conveying just how brilliant this film was. But then again, Empresses often got it wrong, even in the golden age of film, this was really at the end of that, as we moved into the Silver Age with 1960 onwards and then on after that. So My favourite film, number 81, is North by Northwest. I had to have an Alfred Hitchcock film when I was looking at my list the other day and just noticing that I haven't got one. And also a Clint Eastwood movie. I'll be talking about one or two of his in a later video, but for now I'm adding North by Northwest. It's my all-time favourite Alfred Hitchcock movie, a masterpiece. Nothing presumptuous about that statement. It stood the test of time. Time is the great equaliser when it comes to deciding what makes a film great, good, a masterpiece, a classic. This is undisputed.